The search continues for the person who killed the CEO of UnitedHealthcare in New York City, and a vote of no confidence yesterday has left France without a prime minister. Good morning. I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. Police in New York City are searching for the person who killed the CEO of UnitedHealthcare. As NPR's Maria Aspen reports, Bryan Thompson was shot yesterday morning in Manhattan.
Bryan Thompson led the largest health insurer in the United States. He was shot outside the hotel where his employer was set to host its annual investors conference. NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch says the attack was planned by a person who waited outside the hotel for Thompson to arrive.
Every indication is that this was a premeditated, pre-planned, targeted attack.
Thompson spent more than 2 decades as an executive at UnitedHealth, his insurer's parent company. The massive healthcare conglomerate is also one of the largest companies in the United States. In a statement, UnitedHealth called Thompson a highly respected colleague and friend to all who worked with him, and said it is working closely with the New York Police Department. Maria Aspen, NPR News, New York.
President-elect Trump issued a flurry of nominees yesterday. They include former Securities and Exchange Commissioner Paul Atkins to head the SEC. Trump tapped billionaire entrepreneur Jared Isaacman to run NASA. He also nominated Dan Driscoll to be Secretary of the Army. NPR's Quill Lawrence reports Driscoll is an Iraq War vet and advisor to Vice President-elect J.D. Vance.
Dan Driscoll served 3.5 years as a soldier, including a combat deployment in 2009. He then attended Yale Law School, where he befriended J.D. Vance. In his late 30s, Driscoll would likely be the youngest Army secretary in history if confirmed. Driscoll ran unsuccessfully for Congress from North Carolina in 2020 and received financial support from the With Honor PAC, which supports veterans from both parties who pledged to work across the political aisle. In a social media post, Trump said Driscoll would be a disruptor and change agent, though during his campaign 4 years ago, Driscoll was supportive of a more conventional, strong American military presence abroad and differed with Trump's plan to withdraw troops from Afghanistan. Quill Lawrence, NPR News.
Trump allies, billionaire Elon Musk and tech entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy, will be on Capitol Hill today. They'll discuss their Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. It's not a department, it's an advisory panel. But there is a DOGE caucus in the House created by Republicans. Florida Democratic Congressman Jared Moskowitz says he's joining.
Just because we have the conversation doesn't mean we're going to vote for it. They're going to have these conversations. We should be in the room so we can be like, hey, we're not going to support that. Oh, okay, that one we like. Oh, nope, we're not going to do that one. We're not going to do that one. You're not going to have the votes for that. Best of luck to you.
He spoke to NPR's Morning Edition. French Prime Minister Michel Barnier is expected to tender his resignation to French President Emmanuel Macron today. Barnier lost a vote of no confidence yesterday in the French Parliament when parties on the left and right combined to oust him. NPR's Eleanor Beardsley says Macron must find a new prime minister.
He knows he can't take months to appoint someone like you did over the summer when the public was focused on the Olympic Games. France is now in a crisis. But who will he name? And that person will be faced with the same blocked parliament. Macron has to find a prime minister who can survive. Otherwise, the last 2 years of his presidency are going to be very chaotic. And the key will be for this prime minister to find a way to carve out a centrist coalition in this uncooperative parliament dominated by the extreme.
NPR's Eleanor Beardsley reporting from Paris. You're listening to NPR.